approaches.
Baal is about to name a new chosen. All is between you and my granddaughter, Arin, now. And Arin has much to learn.
Do you forget what I did to you?
Our Lord does not care for beauty. Baal cares only for death.
No. No, no!
It is a lesson Arin will only learn in death. I wonder if you will be the one to teach her.
Your body, a blood sac to feed it.
I know what you did. Spilled my grandfather's crimson. He was mine.
Hush, child. No more doubts. No more fears. No more Orin. Become murder. The Slayer form will be yours. Made crueler. The prime incarnation of murder.
It seems impossible to stand against your father. But you have fought this long against your nature. There might just be a way.
You refuse me. You reject my blood. And so I will reclaim it. I will make another who is worthy.
For the first time in over a century, silence falls over the Baal temple.
Thou hast defied Baal, thy liege and father. I too still hold some power. So rise, challenger of gods, and prepare for battle once more. Death will not claim thee whilst I do.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and I'm back with Baldur's Gate 3. Now I have 3 missions to do in this video. I forgot about going one in 9 fingers. You know when we got Minsk and Roa Moonglow, who was from the Zentrum, the trader from the Zentrum, was where Minsk was, and she kind of ran off and I kind of let her go. So we need to go and warn 9 fingers that the Zen are planning a rebellion against her, and we also need to go and get the bank's money. When we get the bank's money, we need to return it to the bank, and then we need to go to the circus for a bit and have a little bit of fun, take Minsk on a bit of an outing, get him some face paint, and return the body of Dribbles the clown, which Minsk is very kindly carrying for us. We do have all the pieces of Dribbles to return to the circus now. So if I just quickly show you here as well the actual objectives that we're doing today. So we have the cat wants to come in. Having a really bad start to getting recording today. God forbid a girl should have hobbies. We found a note on the doppelganger who was manipulating Minsk. The Zentrum have taken the cult's coin to stage a coup on the 9 fingers and her guild. The guild master will want to know. So that is the first one that we're doing. Then we also need to do the one about the bank, return Rakath's gold. During our battle with the Stone Lord, the Zentrum agent called Roa escaped with Rakath's gold, so we need to track her down, and I think we might find her at the guild. And then finally we've got find Dribbles the clown. We have all of Dribbles' body parts. We should bring them to the ringmaster Lucretius. So that is hopefully what we're going to achieve today, all being well, but luck has not been on my side so far today. So yeah, like literally wish me luck, give me guidance for this episode because I am going to need it. So we do have with us a few pets to take on our journey. Cordia actually has us, Kitty, in other words, the brain that does disguise itself as a kitten. Minsk has Boo, who is, oh my goodness, who's like jiving next to him. as he's playing his bongos. That is so cute. And Jaheira is going to bring along an air elemental with us today, just for that extra little boost. Astarion, I would love to bring his little Shadow Wraith with him, but I have actually switched out his blades. He had Orin's blade, but this one actually does a lot more damage. Even though this one does make them vulnerable to piercing damage, I think I like it this way because this does up to 19 damage and this does up to 23 damage. He does have 2 bonus actions and 2 actions, or 3 actions. I can't remember how many he gets now. 2 actions and then that extra thing that he has. I can't remember what it's called. It's not showing at the moment, but he's got 3 basically on his first turn. So yeah, he's gonna be able to do a lot of stabbing basically. Can you tell I'm nervous? Can you tell I'm flustered? I'm just going to jump into it. So the first thing that we're going to do, well, I think we need to have a quick chat with Minsk. Hi, Minsk.
You will grow to like Jaheira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
That doesn't sound too bad. It actually sounds like my shirt. I've got a new shirt from a charity shop and it has got that. I've not washed it yet because I'm gross. But it has got that freshly laundered charity shop smell. So yeah, that's exactly what this shirt smells like. Herbs and soap. I'd like to know a little bit more about you, please.
Minsk is an open book with many pretty pictures.
What do I want to say first? Tell me about Rashomon.
Oh, my friend. There is much more to know of Minsk's homeland than he could ever put into words. Boo might fare better, but his home is far stranger again. Well, in many ways, it is the very opposite of this city. The far side of Faerun, with empty plains, white forests, and peaks that pierce the very belly of the sky. But it is like the city too. Here, it is loud with the daily wailing of people. In Rashomon, it is also loud, if you know where to listen. The Telthors, guardian spirits of every root, rock, and tree. Here in the Sleeping Lands, they are silent. But in the far north, they know how to speak still.
Ooh, I would love a game. If not Baldur's Gate, if Larian wanted to do a game set in Rashomon, I would love that because I'm not very familiar with that area in D&D, so I would love to learn via a video game. Speaking of video games and choices, I really like the art style of the characters in this. You know, we've seen a lot of stuff with, like, you know, the NVIDIA DLS5 with the generative AI kind of replacing Grace from Resident Evil with, like, some actress, I don't know, because the face bank of AI just goes for like the most popular actress and puts that on the face. I don't really like that kind of like ultra realistic style for games because it gets a bit uncanny valley for me. And then I really like the art style of Baldur's Gate because it's very, very highly detailed, but it's not uncanny valley. It definitely looks still, it kind of looks like a very pretty cartoon, you know, a very high detailed cartoon. And I think the art style is perfect. What's made me have this run is if you look at Minsk, at his stomach, he has like a little mole detail on his stomach. And for me, I love that rather than just having like a smooth body, like Grace's face without DLS5. You know, Resident Evil, for me, as soon as I saw Grace, I was like, gosh, she's really like, almost looks like she's got a filter on, like she looks overly blurred. And I didn't like that, but then I didn't like the NVIDIA DLS5 either. Baldur's Gate feels like the happy, like, amount of detail without it being photorealism for me. It's like the perfect amount for a computer game. Anyway, right, okay, concentrate, Cinderellimouse. Ooh. So the plants and trees speak to you like your hamster. Well, it sounds like an amazing place. Why did you ever leave?
The first time, my Dajema, a warrior's quest of proving. Minsk quickly proved that quests do not always go as the stories say. After wandering a ways and some savings of the Sword Ghost, Minsk returned to Rashomon to find a welcome fit for hamsters and heroes.
Nice.
The Iron Lord himself came to bear witness to Boo. Minsk of Rashomon, said he, your Dajema is done. Minsk politely disagreed. Dinah here was dead, and so his Dajema could never be done.
Aww.
Then swear your service to me, Minsk of Rashiman, said he. Serve your land as your lord's chosen champion. Minsk politely disagreed. It was a little awkward, but he had already sworn his service to Boo. Minsk of Rashiman, said he. You insult your Iron Lord. We will settle this matter in the circle of combat.
Who's the Iron Lord?
It was only polite for Minsk to agree. After they carried the Iron Lord away, the Council of Witches gave Minsk a pack of provisions and said it would be best if he continued his adventures for a time.
Okay, I'm googling the Iron Lord.
Yes, Boo, that was before we were stone. Perhaps we are due a little homecoming when all of this is done, no?
So, the Baldur's Gate Forgotten Realms wiki says the article is about the ruler of Rashomon, for the dwarven ruler of Earthfast, the Iron Lord. So, the Iron Lord, with 2 letters, 2 words, or Hurong, was the highest ranking male ruler of Rashomon. He was expected to rule wisely in the best interest of the people of Rashomon. His duties included keeping travel between settlements relatively safe, blah, blah, blah. So he's basically like the king, basically. However, the real power lay with the Waclaran. They picked the Iron Lord and could change him whenever they felt it necessary. So Dynahair as a Waclaran would have been above the Iron Lord, which is interesting. And if... I don't know who picks the Waclaran. I'm going to have to get really into Rashomon lore because it sounds really, really interesting. But if he's saying that Jaheira is his Waclaran, could Jaheira technically pick the next Iron Lord, who's like the king of Rashomon? But also, if Minsk defeated the Iron Lord in combat, wouldn't he now be king technically? I wonder. No, not if they have to be picked by the Waclaran, I guess. I don't know. I'm interested. I want to learn more. So plants and trees speak to you like your hamster.
Such a skeptic, my friend.
Yeah.
Minsk cannot prove the point to you, for the Telthors of this land lie sleeping. And for this, we had best be glad. In Rashomon, a Telthor is wind and snow and soil. In Baldur's Gate, it would be stink and stain and a far less pleasant type of soil.
You did spend a lot of time in the
If my
sewers.
meaning is not clear, just check under your boot.
No, I understand your meaning. That was a nice bit of implying or something there, Minsk. I thought you were a bit more straightforward. I'm glad that you have that linguistic skill.
A little rest to brush the road from Boo's fur, and then back to our adventure.
What do you think of his makeover as well, by the way? I put on the outfit that Halcyon had on him onto Minsk, and I think it suits him. Halcyon's had a bit of a makeover as well. I'd like to know a little bit more about you.
Minsk is an open book with many pretty pictures.
Have you and Jaheira always had such a quarrelsome relationship?
We have. Is it not wonderful?
Do you even know what quarrelsome means? She risked a lot to save you. She cares, whatever she says.
There is no need for sweet words between companions such as we. Too often those are the weapons of flatterers and frauds.
True.
But she who will beat you about the head with the cold and pointy truth, that is a true Waclaran. I'm
a true Waclaran. That is very much my motto. I don't know, some of you may be familiar with this. I've said it before quite a lot. I've read a lot of Shakespeare, and there's this common theme in Shakespeare's plays about royalty and kings, and when they surround themselves with yes men, like flattering panderers, those advisors are going to lead them astray because they have their own self-interest. So the best advisors are going to give you honest advice, like honest feedback, like and logic and reason and facts, whether the king wants to hear it or not, right? Because it's in the best interest of the king, and it's in the best interest of the country if the king is genuinely informed. And so this is a common theme that repeats, you know, in those plays. And as someone who I like to think of myself as almost brutally honest. Like, I'm very factual. I like to really say what I think. And I find it quite hard to lie and be deceptive. It's just not in my nature. Like, to be cheeky, yeah, to be playful. But when it comes to serious things, I'm like, this is the situation. Like, whether you want to hear it or not, this is the situation. And for me, that's a form of respect, right? To give someone the truth, no matter what they might think of me, you know, because for me the truth is more important than the way I'm perceived, if that makes sense. And so I like that. I agree with Mince there. She will beat you around the head with cold and pointy truth. Like, those people fucking value them, because that is a rare thing. I think for the most part, most people, like, they don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know, they pussyfoot around, they tell little white lies to keep the peace, and a lot of the time that just kind of keeps things in a perpetual state of rot, you know, until things are too late and everything falls apart. But the person who points it out early, and maybe this is, you know, I don't know, maybe this is something to do with the way I'm wired, that a fact is a fact is a fact, but I don't know, I like that. I like that about Jaheira, and I like that about Minsk, that he values that. This is such a sacred title. You hand it out pretty freely. First Dinah here, and now Jaheira.
You suggest that Minsk uses the term lightly? Simply leaps from Dinah here to Jaheira with no caring for the custom itself? An unworthy thought. And wrong.
Sorry.
In between, there was also Eri, my second witch. She needed a protector, and Boo suggested that it might as well be Minsk. And when she went her own way, Minsk and Boo set to thinking. There is power in the Wicklaren bond. Far too much to be wasted on weeping. To use that power to serve the living does not sully the dead. It honors them.
I love him. I love, like, he's a quirky guy, but I love the way he thinks. You know, that he's quite philosophical in his own way. I like that. Well, of course, it might be the Wicklaren bond, but it's also just being a friend.
So, duty, camaraderie, help in troubled times. What I call the bond of a Wicklaren, you simply call friendship. I think I understand your meaning. Then Jaheira is my Wicklaren. And so are you. You are my Wicklaren. And Will is my Wicklaren. And Lae'zel is my Wicklaren. And Astarion is my Wicklaren. And Gale is my Wicklaren.
Gale's dad.
And Shadowheart is my Wicklaren.
Sure.
And Halsin is
We're
my
gonna go through
Wicklaren.
everybody.
And Karlak is my Wicklaren. Or, no, Karlak is a berserker, so perhaps Minsk is her Wicklaren? My thanks to you, Wicklaren. You have given me much to think on. And should some enemy knock it loose again, Boo shall remind me.
Okay. Great chat. I love that. Like, Karlak's my Wicklaren, but no, she's a barbarian, so maybe she protects me. Am I her Wicklaren? He's still not quite got the idea of friendship, I don't think. He's a bit confused. He'll work it out eventually. Look at his little smile. Come on, Minsk. So I have respec'd him in between episodes. Currently, he's got level 3 of Rogue, which I gave him Thief. Now, I know that this goes against the grain a bit with Minsk's story and who he is, but I really, really wanted the extra bonus attack. So he now has 2 bonus attacks from taking Thief. So he does have a thing about sneak thieves. He doesn't like them, like that's one of his sayings. But just ignore that. We literally only got it for the bonus action. And also because then we can do the extra sneak attack with the arrow shot, which I thought suited him as a ranger. He's not actually a ranger though. I've taken him in a bit of a different direction, which I know could be quite controversial, but I really wanted to to have him fight in a way that suited him. So even though like canonically he's 2-weapon fighting, I do have a couple of other people who do 2-weapon fighting, and I don't have a monk, so I've stuck with monk, way of the open hand, because I do like the idea of him just kind of like punching things and like throwing things. So I've also given him a level 1 of barbarian as well. So basically with one of his bonus actions, because he's got 2 now, he can rage if he wants to, which does like more damage and protects him and things like that. He can throw things, he can punch as a bonus action. And one of the great things as well with the open hand monk, if you look at the bonus actions, you have things like flurry of blows, which does a huge amount of damage. So he could be doing 36 damage as a bonus action twice. That's like 70 something, 82 damage in one turn, and that's not even talking about his 2 actions, because he does have the extra action now as well. So yeah, he can run up, punch, and then just keep punching basically, or throw, punch. He's also got Dimension Door from his shoes, and he's also got Misty Step as well. No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, he does as well. So I think he got that from his necklace. Yeah, just again to help with movement, because if he's going to be quite a melee fighter, doing a lot of punching and stuff, I wanted to make sure he could get around quite well. He's also got a huge amount of movement as well, so his movement speed 20 meters, which is pretty massive. Yeah, his initiative's decent as well. It's currently +5, which I think, no, it does not come from his armor. I think that's just from being a rogue and things like this. So I'm hoping that this is going to be good for him. He's also got a barrel of smoke powder for reasons that will become apparent later. And yeah, that's his whole deal. I'll quickly spin around and show you Halsin's outfit. So he has this like druidy outfit now, but I think we could probably pick something up, maybe from the guild for Halsin as we go about our business. Okay, so let's head over to the guild. So our team today is Cordia, Jaheira, Minsk, and Astarion, because Astarion's the thief. I figured he'd like the guild. Jaheira because she has history with Nine Fingers, and Minsk because he owes Nine Fingers a massive apology. If you remember in the last video, like that we were there, Nine Fingers was basically really annoyed by this Stone Lord who turned out to be Minsk, who was kind of like coming in on her territory and was like a massive threat to the guild. So she's basically tried to get rid of him by speaking to the guy in the bank who is also a member of the guild, the guy who runs the bank, and delivering a mimic as a chest. So they invited the Stone Lord to the bank and tried to trap him inside a mimic, which didn't work and just angered him, quite frankly. But Minsk was under the influence of the tadpole. He'd been tadpoled by the Absolute, and he also had a shapeshifter who was pretending to be Jaheira, who was kind of getting him to do things because he's very, very loyal to Jaheira despite being tadpoled. So we eventually killed the Absolutists who were mind controlling Minsk, and we had the Emperor intervene to kind of like stop the influence of the tadpole so Minsk could think for himself, basically. So that's kind of, you know, he, like Minthara, he didn't really know what he was doing. He wasn't under his own self-control. It's interesting as well where he was talking about all his different friends. He didn't mention Minthara, which I think was a bit mean, honestly. Okay, let's go. So I think I want to go to probably Heapside Strand. I think it's the closest waypoint to the guild. And then we just need to kind of watch out for nattering.
Dig your graves, evil! Minsk and Boo come to tuck you in!
Yeah. So we're down by the beach, which is where the entrance to the guild is, around here. We made it! Amazing! How's it going, mate?
New friends, Boo.
Stop! What are you doing? Are you trying to sneak past Tuskgrunts? Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuskgrunt's friends. And I don't hurt my friends. Unless they deserve it.
Minsk, be quiet. Don't say anything. I did not realise I was controlling Minsk. That was an accident. Let me try that again.
Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuskgrunt's friends.
My computer's clicking.
And I don't hurt my friends. Unless they deserve it.
Okay, we'll just see ourselves in then, I guess. So I think we might get some chatter if we're very lucky before I go in. Anyone? Are you chatting? Minsk and Astarion were chatting last time I tried this.
No, Boo. Astarion is a friend now. He would never bite you. Yes, vampire?
Yes. I mean, no. I am not interested in biting the rodent, is the point. Not least because he lives in your trousers.
Okay, so Minsk is worried about Astarion biting Boo, but Astarion might have someone else on his mind. I'm gonna save before we get into this. Alright, so you can see here we've tracked down Roa Moonglow, who is the Zhentarim who was stealing the gold from the bank and working with the Absolute. So hopefully she knows where to find our gold, but we might just be in time to prevent things kicking off. What's happening here?
Your marks.
Why is he scared? I don't know. Let's try and figure out what is happening over here and have a chat with Roa. We might be able to talk her out of it. We have had quite a good relationship with her.
So it's that simple. Drop your weapons, bring out Nine Fingers, and this can all end peacefully. For you, at least.
Bit too late.
What's this, Stone Lord? It's a little late to change the terms of our deal. The pieces are already in place.
This Stone Lord is no more. Boo and Jaheira and my friend would not let me stay cursed. And the only terms we offer are between my boot and your treacherous buttocks.
I see. That's unfortunate. And what about the adult in the room? Whatever I told that lot below, this will end in bloodshed. All you have to do is pick the right side.
Okay, so like I say, she doesn't realise that he's no longer Tadpole. She's just like, this is the Stone Lord, this is the guy I've been working with. Because we've broken him out of the influence of the Tadpole. Maybe she's Tadpole too, I don't know. It would make sense, right? But again, she's Zhent, so she's just going to work with whoever. Yeah, we first met her in the Goblin Camp, and then we met her in Moonrise Towers. And so she's been coming and going along the way, has old Roa. In my first couple of playthroughs, I think I'd killed her by this point, so I've never actually seen this whole scene until this week, recording this session. Okay. So if you can hear it clicking, it's the button on my collar. Cuff, sorry. Like every time I try and use the mouse, so I am sorry if that's bothering anyone. I've tried to like pull my sleeve up now. What are you doing? Why turn on the guild?
I'm not. I'm turning on Nine Fingers. This place has been due a change in management for some time. Her guild is disorganized, undisciplined. The cult broke them in a matter of days, while my Zhentarim still stands strong. A guild under our control can do what Nine Fingers failed to. Drive the Absolute out of the city once and for all, and then remain on in the city to protect its good citizens from any future threats. For a reasonable fee, of course.
My hamster can smell your lies, villain. Foul not his little nose.
Fine. Let us talk of truth, then. Do your friends know how many you killed in the Absolute's name, Stone Lord? Do you?
Do not call me that. Minsk is Minsk.
Oh? I don't recall any tales of Minsk helping the likes of Nine Fingers. A known thief? A murderer? I thought Minsk of Rashamen served the side of good. I'm the last to judge, big man. You were just following orders. And hey, that's all you have to do now. If you don't know what's right, just let the grown-ups talk. Because I know your friend will make a smart choice.
Okay, a lot happening there. So, just following orders, obviously that is a very loaded sentence. If you know the history of that, it doesn't cut it, right? And the reason why is because if you're just following orders and those orders are mean or, you know, evil or corrupt or against the law, and you're like, but I was just following orders, you're basically moving your accountability over. You're saying, I didn't have any control, I didn't have any autonomy, but you always do, right? You do have autonomy, you do get to make your own choices, and you do get to say no. And even if that has a bad outcome for you, I was just following orders does not raise accountability when you have ownership of your actions. In Minsker's case, he did not have like autonomy, he didn't have control over his own actions. Like he's saying, Minsk is Minsk, the Stone Lord is the Stone Lord. To him, it's two different people, because the Stone Lord was tadpoled, just like Minthara was tadpoled, and she regretted everything that she'd done in the name of Absolute. There's like a dialogue to say that, because the Absolute's using people. It's like puppeteering them. So he's not accountable for his own actions from the time that he was the Stone Lord. What else did I want to say there as well? The difference as well. So the argument that Roa's making there, where she's saying, oh, like, I thought you were a holy good, Minsk, you know, the hero of Rashomon. Why would you hang around with, like, murderers and thieves, talking about the guild and Nine Fingers? And yeah, they are a nuanced group. They are a grey area. But I think if you look at certain factors, so one factor is that the Zhentarim are quite evil aligned. They are like on the shadier side of shady. We know from talking to her in the goblin camp that they were running slaves. The goblins were taking slaves and they were selling slaves, so they're slavers, which obviously is like one of the lowest of the low things that you can possibly do. On top of that, they are very exploitative. They are only really interested in money and control. And if you even look at the history of the Zhentarim, they're aligned with Bane, who is the god that Gortash is aligned with, right? This idea of like control, but they control through finances and trade. So they are pretty evil aligned. If you look at Nine Fingers and the Guild, they are more like the underbelly of the city. They're not necessarily evil, they're just, you know, a found family of people who didn't have the advantages in life of the lords and ladies. And yes, they are thieves. Yes, they do things like murder. But normally it is for the greater good, especially with Nine Fingers in charge, because Nine Fingers, being Jaheira's friend as well, like we know that Jaheira warned Estelle, who's Nine Fingers, about the Absolute coming before Jaheira left the city, because they do have this relationship that goes way back. And I think if Jaheira has respect for somebody, then that's probably a sign that, you know, they're of a decent amount of character. So you can look at as well at the actions that we've seen Nine Fingers do. She's taken in orphans, you know, and she's given them a job, a way to earn money. She's given them a place in her family, which is obviously not great because she's making children do crime, but, you know, they might be in worse situations if they weren't under her wing. We've seen that she gives money to orphanages, and not money to orphanages, but she gives her protection to orphanages. And when those orphanages can't pay for the protection, she's like, do you know what, we'll leave it. You know, Uktar, who's like her bursar, was like, we should teach them a lesson. And she was like, they're in an orphanage, they're kids, like, of course they're still under our protection. And so I think Estelle has, despite being a very shady character, I think she does have a moral line, and I think she really is trying to protect the city, and she is trying to protect the people who have fallen through the net of the city, right? I like to think that if Karlach had found herself with Nine Fingers instead of Gortash, she would be thriving, you know, by now. You know, she would be a brilliant left-hand woman. She would probably be one of her ladies. So, yeah, I would definitely align myself with Nine Fingers over the Zhentarim, because again, they are very similar, but they're kind of like a foil to each other. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now though, let me just check the time because I have been nattering. I've got to let my eldest out to college. Not that she's locked in, I just need to like make sure the door's locked behind her and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do now, because I know how this is going to go, right? This is not my first rodeo. While these guys are stuck in dialogue, I'm going to do a little shifty shift over to Astarion, and I'm going to hope this goes well. So we're going to leave them to chat and just go and survey the situation over here. Let's go over this way a little bit. So Jaheira's come with us as well. I'm going to untoggle, which is actually perfect because I do want Jaheira down here. And I'm going to have Astarion creep over to this back corner here. And hopefully be able to hide. Perfect. You have to be careful. You can't run around too much because it will trigger dialogue with other characters like Nine Fingers, which will throw us into combat. So we do need to be careful. I want to kind of creep up here a little bit. Sorry, the camera angles are going to be a little bit janky for this fight. Okay. Oh, he's right on the cusp of being seen there. And then that... Oh, I can't do that, sorry. Let me go back to Astarion. If I dig around in Minsk's inventory and just grab this smoke powder barrel here, I also have another smoke powder bomb. I can go ahead and have Astarion drop that. And have this lined up right next to this person here. Gravedigger Carson. Absolutely brutal. Like... one of the most dangerous people in this entire fight, and they are working for the Zent, so I'm just going to get that right up next to them like this, and I hope that person's going to stay out of range. In fact, actually, maybe if I bring it over a bit more like this, that might be better, because I want to blow them that way, right? I'm going to put it there and just hope that person's okay. Oh, I've been seen. I've been seen. Stop that, he says. No, I will not. So, yeah, hopefully I'm going to be able to take this one out and prevent him from basically just annihilating the other people up there. They might take a bit of smoke powder damage, but again, great or good type situation. Okay, Astarion is set up. There's also this person here who also... is quite dangerous, so hopefully he can take him out as well. Okay, Jaheira. Jaheira, I'd like to just kind of position back here and have her crouch as well. So when they get dragged into combat, I get to decide when they go on their turn rather than rolling in initiative. Okay, I'm all set up and ready to go. Do I want to save? Okay. Are we ready? You're mistaken. Minsk of Rashaman always knows the right thing to do. I hope. I got approval though.
Your leader is not wrong. The guild is a band of treacherous scoundrels, and Nine Fingers the worst among them. But the Stone Lord, Minsk, was many times worse. I have no right to judge, so it will not be Minsk who does the judging. My hamster will count to 3. Lay down your arms, Interim, and Boo will spare your lives.
Truly? I am handing you the guild, and you'd throw it all away on the word of a madman. Think about this. It defies all logic. Oh, enough. Zentrim, to arms!
Here we go. Oh, Nine Fingers gets to go first. Sweet. Amazing. Absolute baddie. Love her. Okay, I get to go next, but I need to let my eldest go to college, so I'm just going to be a minute. Okay, and we're off. So, I've got a bit of an awkward choice here because Roa Moonglow is next in the initiative order, and she's here. Now, what she'll probably do is give bardic inspiration to a few people and throw something down here to set this on fire, which causes this to fall. Now, while that does mean that quite a few Zentrim are going to take damage, I don't think it's going to kill them. So, I would prefer to leave Roa to Minsk, because I think he's probably going to be able to take her down with his punches. I've also got us back here as backup eventually. So I'm going to take the risk that that the guild won't die. And I'm going to actually go ahead and teleport down here. Because we have... Sorry, the camera angles are going to be awful. It's anywhere where there's lots of levels, the camera angles get really, really scatty. We have got 4 of them in a nice line here. So I think what I'm going to do is go in with a level 4 lightning bolt, which is going to save my level 6 spell slot. And I'm going to try and take, or do as much damage to this lot as I possibly can. So 1 down. And these ones have taken a considerable amount of damage, which is fine. That's the end of my turn. But before I click end turn, I'm going to get Jaheira involved. Because I'm going to have Jaheira use her level 6 spell slot to come in and do Call Lightning at level 6. And I'm going to have her do it on this guy here, Folgast. And hopefully that's going to take him down and then jump to take down more of the ones that Cordia just hit. Okay, it only did 25 damage on him. That was not enough. And she is in initiative now though. And she does actually get to go very soon. So I will actually get to do that again with her. I'm also going to get Astarion involved because, like I say, this person is very problematic. So I'm going to get him to fireball this. Okay. Let's check on everybody. So this lady did not take damage. She was fine. Okay. She might take a little bit of burn damage from running across this, but not too bad. And then this person has taken a bit of damage, not as much as I would have liked. Astarion does get to go before they do though. So everybody's rolled quite decently on initiative. Okay, I'll take that. So Cordia, and your do I want to move her? This is my next question. Do I want to move her? Because I could get her. I am going to move her, yeah. Because basically I don't want any guild members to die if I can prevent it. So if I get Cordia into combat with this person, basically I can revive Cordia if they take her down, but I can't revive guild members. So I want to keep Nine Fingers strong and not have her lose anyone in this. But like I say, there is a possibility that Roa is going to injure some of the people on her turn if she blows this barrel up. But we'll see. We'll see what she does. So I'm going to end turn. Here's Roa here, so you can keep an eye on her. This could have been simple, remember that. So Bardic Inspiration. And yeah. So she went in with the Alchemist Fire. Not too bad. I don't think anyone died from that. If we have a quick look. This didn't fall down either. So we've got one person here. Oh, I think that's the lady that fell down actually. But it does look like they're all alive. Yeah, she's just prone, but they've got a decent amount of health, so they're okay. Okay, Boo! Let's get involved. Just, you know what? Run forward, Boo. Yeah. Get into melee with Roa so we can bite her on our next turn. Let's go up this way a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Oh, these guys are running away. Good choice. Smart choice. Okay. Back to Astarion then. I actually want to... Oh, it's not Minsk's turn. I do want to get that guy. So let me come... Can I sneak attack him, do you think? No. Okay. I can do Dread Ambusher ranged. Can I get into melee with him? I think I can. He's going to get on fire a little bit, but that's okay. Yes, I'll take it. Okay. So now I can do Dread Ambusher melee. Get him. Okay, not bad. And then I can go in with my offhand attack, which again does quite a lot of damage on Astarion. He's got Orin's offhand weapon, Crimson Mischief. So that is going to hopefully... Oh, it's going to miss. That's what it's going to do. Okay, we didn't take him down, unfortunately, but we are preventing him from maybe doing as much damage, hopefully.
For the fallen.
Okay. Jaheira, you can do Call Lightning again, so we'll do it on this guy again. Or do you have a higher chance of doing it on someone else? 55 on this person. We'll do it on her. Okay, well, not as much damage as I would have liked. We can also go and jab this guy.
It is already over.
Okay, we're not doing great. This is not going as well as I would have liked. Okay, come on. Let's get the guild involved. Let's get the ladies involved. Okay, Minsk. Okay, Roa, you've made mistakes here today. I am going to go ahead and do Flurry of Blows, Topple. I don't know who just got involved.
My signs? Or you might see the fear in your own eyes.
Yeah, whatever he said. And then we're going to go ahead and we can do quite a few things here. We've got more key points to do another Flurry of Blows. Prone. I don't want to push her. Stagger her. We can do this key resonation punch thing, but it does injure anyone in the vicinity, so that might not be the best idea. Let me go ahead and Stunning Strike, because if she's stunned, she can't take a turn. Okay, she is stunned. Do you know what? Let's just take her out. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to take her out if I can. Okay, 14 hit points remaining. Can he do it? Can he do it as a bonus action? He can indeed. Good job, Minsk. Okay, where do I want him to go next? Probably get down here and get involved in this whole situation. She was making...
You are but a tiny crumb.
He's shouting. She was making creepy noises there. Okay, this is not too bad. I also do have... He's not in initiative yet. Where's my air elemental? Not in initiative yet. Okay, that's what I've got so far. Okay, come on, guild. You've got this. They do hit pretty hard. See? Okay. Oh, gosh. This guy is going to be trouble. Oh! Come on, you can do it. Go for this guy. See, he stuns people. It's not good. Opportunity attack. Take it. Oh, missed. Rude. I don't even know what he's doing. That may have glitched out just a tiny bit. Right, Air Elemental. Get involved with this guy because I really don't like him. Okay. And then let's do a multi-attack. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. He's on fire, it's fine. We can take it. Okay, we're in trouble. They're getting a few goes. If we can take her down, the wolf will also go down. So she's a bigger priority than the wolf. Okay, this person's getting the turn. Watch out, guys! Uncanny dodge! Oh no! He's like, do you remember the Paladins of Tyr? Action surge! Watch out, Astarion!
Heal me, damn you!
Astarion! This can't be the end.
Astarion's down! Like, I can get him up though, it's fine. I'm glad he did it to us and not one of the guilds, because if the guild are down, the guild are down. Right, us. Us, can you get involved here somehow? Can you jump down here? Not enough movement. Oh, you can just about get there. Go for it. They. I suppose us is they, right? Or us, I don't know. Intellect Devour. Consume a creature's mind. If its intelligence is below 4, it takes damage and is stunned. Expel a wave of telepathic energy. Can I get her? No. Good try. Okay, the wolf is going. It's okay.
Can't go there.
Might be in a little bit of trouble. They're getting a few goes. Honestly, in testing, this went a lot better than it is now. Sorry. 9 fingers, let's go. Nice. Sorry, again, awful camera angles. Just know that Nine Fingers took like 3 Zen out then. She's a baddie. That was chaotic. Okay, we're gonna have to obviously heal Astarion. This has got a bit more complicated now because they're all mixed in together. He was Zen, right? Yeah, okay. We do have a few different people to deal with. Okay, so this person has 17 hit points. I think I'm gonna do maybe a guiding bolt. 45% chance, not great. Inflict wounds, not enough movement. Magic missile at level 4 could be enough. Okay, perfect. And now we can get Astarion up. Come on, buddy.
Wouldn't want that to scar.
Okay. I'm quite happy with that because that person is really difficult. And then I guess get back down here as Cordia. Maybe get back here into your little cozy corner. Okay, Boo! I think Boo should probably get down here into the action if he can without getting hurt. What if I move him down a little bit? Boo, jump down here. He can't. Okay. Boo, you're a good boy and it's okay if you just hang back here a little bit. Just stand behind Minsk. Okay, get ready. Okay, Astarion then. What do we want to do? We do not have our action, but I could potentially take a potion of speed. Can he get to anyone? Yeah, I think it's probably worth a potion of speed right now. Haven't got one anywhere. And then I get his archery back. Not that bag. Okay, here we go. Potion of speed. Split. I just want one, please. And we're going to go ahead and give that to Astarion, who can take it as a bonus action and get his actions back. Can he not? Oh, he's not got his sneak attack. That's what it's saying. Okay. He has got things like disarming attack though. So, where's that little guy that I really don't like? Is he already down? There's this person here. There's a couple of people over here. Isn't there? Where is everybody? There's this person, disadvantage. Hang on, where is everybody? This person, this is the one I don't like. Okay, sorry that I'm faffy. Like I say, this went so much better. Off camera. Trip attack. Missed. Of course you fucking missed, Astarion. Okay, let's try disarming attack. Because they've all got dexterity. You can shoot these things down as well, but obviously you've got to watch where the positioning is. And then we're going to go ahead and Dissonant Whispers, I guess. 16, that is not good. Vicious Mockery. Disadvantage on his attack roll. Go on. It's been a while since we've done a good Vicious Mockery. I don't think it'll work, but it's fun to do. No, do you know what, actually? Misty Step. No. Hunter's Mark. Okay. We've got this. We'll be fine.
I think I could go another round.
Do you hear us here? She's just going to lightning bolt his face, pretty much. Why is that not doing as much damage as it would normally do? I know that I didn't target him directly, but still. Okay, come on, ladies. This fight is a lot more challenging than I was expecting it to be. I had this down, and then I've just rolled really unfortunately low. Everybody's rolling low. Everybody's missing everything. Okay, I don't really want to fight the wolf. I think I'm going to get down here and go for this guy because he really is a problem. So I'm just going to take the opportunity attack.
Who says smite?
Yeah, he missed
that
anyway.
Means I must hit you very hard, I think.
Let's try and get this guy prone. Okay. And then, who else do we have? We've got this person here. So just go and again we can probably try and topple them. Why does it say I can't do it? Right, sometimes it lines up really funny. Try again. Oh, she's only got 4 hit points. Just punch her. Okay, nice. And then Minsk, could you possibly, can he jump up here? He can. Absolute baddie. And then can you just go ahead and he should have, because he's got the key points, so he should have stunning strike. Yeah. She is stunned. She's going to miss her turn. Okay, perfect. And I think we might have advantage. Yeah, advantage on her. Okay, we did it. It was a rough start. I was worried there for a second, but we were okay. Do you know what? I'll help you out, Astarion. Okay, Astarion, do you want to maybe have some health potions? Because you're looking a little bit rough around the edges. Why can't you use the item? What do you mean you can't use the item? Is he stunned or something? What's going on? There we go. Supreme healing. There we go. Perfect. Alright. That was messy, but we did do it. Let's do a quick bit of looting. Guild permitted looting. Let's see what they've got going for them. Boring dagger, not interested. I'll send your purple worm gullet to camp though. That means he's probably got poisoned weapons. Okay, nothing too interested in any of these. Did you just mention a pet rat about Boo?
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
The little kid literally took it all in his stride. No concerns, no worries whatsoever. Okay, let's have a look at this person. This is the guy I really didn't like. Like, you saw him take out Astarion. That was scary. It was giving Paladin of Tyr. Like, he does that much damage and then he action surges. This is what it feels like to be hit by Mithara. We'll take the purple worm toxin. Boring longsword. Keep an eye on Rugen. Wait, is this the guy? Gravedigger Carson. He's not the guy who was originally with Rugen, is he? Keep an eye on Rugen. Rugen is no longer reliable. I'm making... How does she talk, that woman from the Zen? Oh, this is Roa. How does Roa talk? Rugen is no longer reliable. I'm making you the Southern District Deliveries Manager, effective next 10 day. Unless Rugen retires earlier than that, if you know what I mean. So she was going to backstab Rugen. Poor Rugen! He didn't stand a chance. Listen, we tried to keep him alive in Act 1 when we first met the Zen. You know when we met the Zen in the... when they were fighting the Gnolls? Rugen's the guy that was fighting the Gnolls in the cave, and then he goes back to the Zen hideout. Habit Fishbait? Oh no, this one's called. We'll take your Malice. You've got a boring sword. I think they'd have better weapons, you know, considering they're Zentarim. I think they'd have better loot. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. The Caravan Strongbox. So this is what Rugen was protecting inside that cave where the Gnolls were. And they were like, don't open the box. We've got to deliver it back to the Zen hideout. This contains, I believe, the eye of a beholder or something like that. Like an actual beholder. So we could potentially unleash this when we find some kind of situation. If it's appropriate to do so. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and give that to Minsk to carry. Hopefully I don't forget about it because it's interesting it did actually make it all the way here, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at Roa. What does she have on her? Because she was a trader, so hopefully she's got a few good items. It would have been nice to have traded with her before we had the fight, but I didn't think. Oh, Scrolls of Sunbeam, don't mind if I do. Armor of Devotion. Eternal Devotion. Recite your oath and regain 1 more oath charge. That'll be good for Minthara then. We've got an intricate key. Hopefully one of these is for the box. Temple Trader's Key. I don't know what those keys are for. That's Boring Plate Armor, Center Camp. And this is the Stolen Gold Bag, which again, I think I'm going to send to Minsk to carry. There we go. Return Rakath's gold. So next stop, the bank.
Never
But
a dull
first,
moment.
we do need to go and have a chat with Nine Fingers. And, you know, basically... Hello? Mole? I wanted to trade with Mole, but it's just the kids have, like, chased us. Is it weird? You want to punch it? Sticky Dondo? Really? Okay, I'll come back to the kids. Let's see what the guys in here are saying.
I need a quick word.
Careful around the steel watch. The old guard gave thieves a slap on the wrist, but those bolted bastards will rip off the whole damn arm.
Okay, so I think the dialogue does change, but maybe we need to speak to Nine Fingers first.
Don't mind the ladies' court. We're just playing a new game. What we'd call you if you joined our ranks. Where you're going, we might just let you.
You're alright. I like you a lot, but I'm not looking to be hired by Nine Fingers. At least not in the way that you're thinking. But I like this. You know, like originally when we showed up, they were playing the game of like how they'd kill us if we betrayed Nine Fingers. Now they're saying what they'd name us. So she's Lady Argu, this one's Lady Flux, and this one's Lady Croup. So let's see what our name would be.
We serve her still, and so do you.
Oh, okay. She didn't have a name for us.
Lady Rabies.
Lady Rabies? Please, that's a barbarian name. I'm a cleric.
Nine Fingers has lanced the Zentish boil on her ass? Good. She can get back to protecting those who pay her for it.
Okay.
Never thought anyone would have the stones to take on Nine Fingers like that. They damn well won't try again.
No, she's a bit of a baddie, to be honest. Did you see she took out like 3 back to back?
It's well for everyone that Nine Fingers prevailed. Parliament has spent years cultivating our necessary friendship.
So there you go. You know, she has her own place in Baldur's Gate, and you know, she has some power and influence around the city. And yes, that might involve a few backhanders, but she, I think, she does have a moral compass, you know. I like her. I like Nine Fingers.
Lady Shivers. Suits you.
Shivers? Is that because I'm blue? That's racist.
Lady. Leper.
I'm a cleric. I'm a healer. And why would it be... Okay. It's nice, though. It's one of those things where it's like... in-joke insults, you know? Like, we're very like this in the north in England, you know, the closer you are to someone, the more familiar you are with them, the more you're going to kind of like jokingly insult them. And it is a form of affection. It's that kind of thing of when you're a stranger to someone, you can't just insult them because they'll take it as an insult. But when you're friends with someone and you insult them and you know that they love you, right? And they know that you don't really mean it. So it's not a venomous, nasty insult. It's a camaraderie insult. I don't know.
Kind of you to take the Zentarim down first. That doesn't make us friends. Come on then, Stone Lord. If you mean to take my chair, you'll get no better chance than this.
Minsk has no interest in your furniture, Nine Fingers. Only in the wicked rump that fills it.
What?
You have been a stone in this city's boot for too long. And it will be no Stone Lord who reaches twixt Baldur and sticky toes to dislodge you. It will be Minsk!
I haven't got the slightest idea what he's trying to say.
He's meant to be saying sorry.
Proof that he is back to normal, no?
Minsk, you're meant to be apologizing. Right, we're going to explain it all. So he was tadpoled by the Absolute. He wasn't doing his own actions. He didn't mean to do the stuff. He was being used as a tool, all that good stuff. He's sorry. The main thing to know is he's sorry. And he made it up for you by protecting you against the Zentarim. He took out Roa.
A bizarre tale. But it fits this idiot somehow. But if he's back to himself... Good. I'd rather you die as Minsk the Mad Rashimar. It's silly, but do you know, you were something of a hero of mine when I was young.
Even now, your tongue twists the truth. When you were young and 10-fingered still, Minsk and Boo were stone, instatuated on a city square.
Aye, I remember the spot. By a garden on the Wide. A soft thicket near the market, with ample pockets to pick. Celestia itself to a street rat looking for shelter. You might not have been wrestling monsters, but you kept the wind and the rain off. Heroic enough for me.
Bah! You tried to dampen Boo's eyes. Do not think you will be spared his teeth. Evil is evil, even if it was once innocent.
Come on, oh, I'm no innocent. But evil? Well, you tell me. With the Fist, the Watch, and the Council itself all licking the Absolute's boots, who's the only one left standing to protect Baldur's Gate?
She's right, Minsk. She's been an ally down through the years. A friend, even.
A friend? Jaheira, Boo cannot believe his ears. Has the city fallen so far in our absence? Are there no heroes left?
Heroes come and go. But the Guild has always been here, protecting the city. Until the Stone Lord came to break us.
Feedback I'd give to Larian for the next game would be, I love long cutscenes, but I do prefer there to be moments where I can speak as a creator, because by the time they finish talking, one, it's like, it's so long you start to zone out, and then two, like, by the time they're done talking, I've got like so many points that I'm trying to remember that I want to say. So the first thing I wanted to say was that Karlach, and I like as well the engagement. I think it's more engaging if the long dialogue is broken up by moments where we can kind of interject and, you know, say our own thoughts. But anyway, I told you that Karlach would fit in super well there. Like, Karlach and Nine Fingers would be pretty good for each other, I think. Karlach, because she genuinely has such a good heart and is such a voice of, like, a voice of goodness in the heart of the city, and I think she would keep Nine Fingers from maybe the worst things that she might be inclined to do, and just remind her of the goodness, you know. And then Nine Fingers, I think, would really appreciate Karlach because she's so tough, and like I think, you know, I think they'd work really well together for the most part. I think they'd have arguments. But that thing as well about where she was saying, you know, I idoled you, you know, you were the hero, that this statue that I used to sit under and think about, like, the good heroes of Baldur's Gate, you know, you inspired me. Like, that's what Karlach's like with Jaheira and Minsk as well. So I like the idea of them, you know, I think they would have got on quite well. I think they're similar people, really. Again, because Karlach describes herself as a street rat, right? So it would have been a good place for her. And then again, like Jaheira and her relationship with Estelle, Nine Fingers, like, they're my gay aunties, you know, like, I love them. Like, I want them to settle down and retire together and, like, get a farm or something. I don't know, can't imagine them doing that. They get restless. But you know, I love this whole dynamic of them. Honestly, I really like the Guild. Okay. Well, Ranger, you can't always live it up to your McLaren. Make a choice. We're encouraging him to think for himself. I think he'll make the right choice, right? We'll take guidance from Jaheira, bardic inspiration from Astarion, and guidance from you guys at home. Give me guidance. We nailed it. Let's see what we get. Wait, if you can... I've got, like, you know, mini burps. When they're not like a full burp, but they kind of go... I've got that, so I'm sorry if you can hear it.
Jaheira says she is no McLaren. Perhaps not. But if she says I should not honor, defend, and listen to her, it is the only time she has ever been wrong. If she trusts in Nine Fingers, if you do, then so will Minsk.
We do.
But that means the things Minsk has done.
How's the
I
Stone
am
Lord?
ashamed. Nadeshka. unworthy to fight alongside my friends. Boo, what am I to do?
I can't speak for your rodent, but I know something of debts. If you reckon you've got one to repay, well, we could always work together.
With you? Pfft. Minsk has no lust for gold, that he would shake grandmothers by their ankles or set Boo nibbling at their purse strings.
I'm not talking about that. We've both got bigger enemies than one another. The city's enemies. And, Tyr's honest truth, you gave my guild the wake-up call it needed. We've grown complacent, lazy, too sure of our standing. We never would have needed the Zent if we'd had a fighting force of our own. Swords for the city when the Watch and the Fist fail us.
Like a berserker lodge of my homeland. No army or militia serving the local lords, but heroes working for the common good.
Heroes. Sure.
Very well. Minsk and Boo accept.
I'm sorry, you what?
Anti-heroes.
Boo and I will be your berserker lodge, taking the ugly ways of your guild and beating them into a more virtuous shape.
That's not even slightly what I was saying.
I mean,
I wasn't asking.
You are right. I have proven myself unworthy. I cannot serve this city if I was so easily turned against it. If I do not know my own mind, perhaps I no longer know what is good.
I don't know if he does only know good, because he's not always fully aware of the situation he's operating in, right? So what he might think is good might not necessarily be good. I like the idea of him not being in the guild, but being an associate of the guild with Jaheira's guidance, because I like the idea of, like, when this is all said and done, you know, Nine Fingers is still running the guild, but she's got the Harpers, you know, and whatever's going on with Minsk's Berserker Hero Lodge. I like that they have an alliance, they have a network while operating independently. You know, like she said, she can't rely on the Fists and she can't rely on the Zent, so to have the Harpers and the you know, and the Harpers are a grey area group as well. You know, they are kind of like a law unto their own, so, but they are good alliance. So I don't know, like, the government of Baldur's Gate is often corrupt, so to have these vigilante hero groups, I think is a good thing in this situation, in this fantasy world. So I do like, we need to focus on the absolute. You can negotiate your alliance afterwards, but I'm gonna go with, well, simple then. Trust that Boo will guide you both. Boo's almost like the conscious, like the Jiminy Cricket on his shoulder.
Boo!
Boo.
Boo! Kingpin Boo!
Kingpin of the heads
My
of the
friend,
guild.
your wisdom is vast and unknowable as the Rashimi High Country. What say you, Boo? When the Absolute is slain, shall we join Nine Fingers Keen and show her the ways of goodness?
You did say he was your hero, Estelle. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, can't we just go back to killing one another instead? All right, fine. Let's leave this particular fight for when the actual war is won, shall we? With the Stone Lord off my back, I'll be able to bring my people out of hiding. Cobble together a force, so we're ready when you call on us. You have my thanks. Though, I'm still not actually sure you haven't made my life that little bit harder.
Like, she's all, you know that phrase, like, she's all bark and no bite? Like, she's bite, but she's more bark than she is bite, right? So a lot of the time she talks a big game, but, like, she has controlled bite, I would say. Like, she's like, the bark, you know, she can back it up, but it serves as a warning, you know, not to push her further. I don't know. I think she's joking about some of the stuff she kind of says. Black pudding. Bleh. Okay, what was I thinking? So we now have if we look at gather your allies, Nine Fingers is grateful that we helped retain control of the guild. She is not one to give away what's hers. We can count on her and the ladies' court in the final battle. So basically, when we fight the Absolute, we've got all these people now, including like the Koatoa and stuff, who we can call into battle. We've got Floric, Arabella, who else here as well? Who is this? Oh, that just says powerful allies. Volo, Roland, Isabel, Dame Aelin, the Gur, like so many. It's a strange creature. That's like the Glob, Valeria. So we've got basically our own little army of friends who can help us in the end game now, which is great. And aid the Underduke is complete. We help the guild defeat the Zent. They will aid us in the final fight against the cult. So we're doing pretty well. Let me just make sure I'm doing this in the right order. Yeah, okay, I want to speak to Estelle again.
You have a cult to kill. What do you need from me to do it?
Well, that story that you told Minsk of sitting under him when he was a statue and, you know, thinking of him as a hero, was any of it true? Because I have a friend who I think you'll get along with.
You can't just swallow every bit of storybook tripe that you hear. Do I strike you as a little lost girl looking for a hero? Now lose the stupid look on your face and tell me what you need.
Okay, I failed the insight check, but if you pass it, we can tell that there was a little bit of something genuine in there. Like, she genuinely did see him as a hero, which I think is very sweet. But I missed the insight check, so we don't know that. Metagaming, not a clue. Minsk went from an enemy to an asset. You're welcome.
Enemies and assets are all the guild know. Don't think I won't use him. If the Rashomar wants to work off a blood debt, I won't turn him down. Scares my kingpins shitless. My guild was too fractured to stand up to the Absolute. Too corrupt to see the threat within. I reckon a little bit of hamster talk might be good for them.
And you're sure you'll handle Minsk so easily as that?
What? I was trying to spy a nice warm spot for booze bedding.
I think I'll manage. We need to survive the fight to come first. So let's save our talk for a bright new day. Hmm?
Like, there's so much personality in just the way that they speak. Like, I think I'll manage. Again, she's so, like, northern. Like, such, I think I'll manage. Such a colloquial term. Okay. I need information.
Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab.
What do you mean? You owe me. I just saved the guild. You and Jaheira are an odd pairing. How do you know one another?
We've crossed paths over the years. Two hands trying to steer the city. Just not always in the same direction. Oh, I can't stand harpers as a rule, but Jaheira's the exception. She's only really half a harper at most.
You mean that as a compliment? I am sure.
The same way I'm not just the lowly thief, vagabond, and murderer the Watch and peers would paint me as. I happen to be a fine singer, too.
How do you know so much about the cult of the Absolute and its leaders?
Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself.
Dangerous.
I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem.
Oh, that's strong talk where gods are involved. She would be a great companion. I would recruit her in an instant if she didn't have her own stuff going on. Well, there's actually more to it than just the dead three. We did tell her about the Absolute.
Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet.
Tell her everything. The enslaved elder brain, the astral prism. Have we already done this? We might have done this last time we saw her. I'm sorry if I'm repeating dialogue. You can skip forward if you want.
Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying.
Don't overreact. I'm in control of myself, I swear it.
You are until you're not. But if there's a tainted elder brain slopping around below my city, I think we need one another more than ever. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything?
I'm alright. I'm good. Thanks. Because, again, I don't know if I'm repeating dialogue, and I do want to have a quick chat with Minsc again over here. Just ever so slightly out of earshot, even though Minsc is quite loud.
My friend, now we have settled the matter of the guild. I fear there is something I must tell you. You and Boo both. It may shock you both to know, but Minsc and this Stone Lord, they are one man. The same one man. And that same one man is Minsc.
Pretends to be shocked. That's actually an option. Alas, alack, it cannot be so. I'm aware you tried to kill me multiple times. You can't blame yourself. The cult was manipulating you.
Minsc does not blame Minsc. Minsc blames the Stone Lord. But if the Stone Lord is Minsc, then, well, Minsc grows dizzy. I wish to believe the Stone Lord's evil was the worm alone, attainting my thoughts with foul dung. But I see now, the dung was within Minsc all along. So I wonder, if Minsc can be a villain, and Nine Fingers a hero, must it be so with all creatures? Is there good and evil within us all?
Literally, yes.
Boo calls this nonsense. Less thinking of bad
Except
thoughts,
maybe
says he, and more breaking of bad bones. But still, I would hear what you have to say on the matter, my friend.
Oh, excuse me. Like, the human condition is that we have the capacity for good and evil, and the challenge is to move towards good despite the law of evil, I would say. Well, you believed you were following Jaheira, and that's not evil.
Even though it led to evil ends. And even the true Jaheira is not always right. She sometimes pets Boo a little too roughly. Or denies him the breakfast broth so that I must dip him in the pot when she looks the other way.
I do not pet him too Wait. You do what?
I begin to wonder if good and evil is not a thing of knowing. If it is sometimes a thing that Minsc must decide for himself. Alone.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm asking you.
No more of this, I was just following orders. Even if you did think they were coming from Jaheira, to be fair. We can be like, we'll pick it up at camp. I'm just trying not to die, so please stop dipping your hamster in our food. Or... everyone has the potential for good, it's just buried deeper in some or lost along the way. That's a very cleric answer. But I do want to see, I want to do this one.
No, my friend. If good and evil are a thing of the choosing, then it is for Boo alone to judge the virtues of his breakfast bath. It is strange. A worm sits within my skull, twisting my thoughts. But it is you that have made Minsc see the world anew. You, my friend, are the true parasite. There is good and evil in all. Let us go crack villainous skulls, so that the virtue might leak free.
Right.
Yes, Boo. I am becoming something of a philosophizer.
Like, I love how much dialogue there is in Baldur's Gate, but I do wish that they paced it more, rather than it being all at once. You know, it does feel like I mean, it depends at the rate that you rush through the game. You know, I'm taking the time to talk to everybody and get all the dialogue, but it does feel like it's like huge chunks of blocky dialogue. Like, and I kind of wish there was a little bit more broken up. It's like there's a bit later where we get a lot from Will, but where it sits in the course of events, there's not much time before the end of the game to kind of like get through it all. So it kind of does feel like we've got all this Will content in one big block. So that's something to look forward to. Okay. Maybe I'd like to know a little more about you. You called yourself Nideska before. What does that mean?
It is a phrase in the old tongue of Rashiman, meaning blunt blade. Even in the very belly of their battle rage, a berserker must always know friend from foe. A berserker who cannot must into battle with a blunted sword, so that their rage might harm none but themselves.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I stopped listening, you see. I was thinking to myself, because there was meant to be a whole other section of Act 3 where you go to the upper city, so I'm wondering if that's the reason why a lot of the dialogue feels very like compressed and dense at certain points in the game, because they probably did intend to have it more spread out, you know, over time as you continue to do all these other things. So I don't know. A berserker who cannot must into battle with a blunted sword, so that a rage might harm none but themselves. That's barbaric. That's a good idea. Maybe we should take all sharp objects away from you altogether. I like that because he is kind of like punching now. But we do have a cleric option. I think the gods must be watching over you. My powers hurt friends as well as enemies. I like this one, I think. My power has hurt friends as well as enemies too. I'll make sure you don't forget which is which. Okay, we've got quite a bit of stuff we can do here. Let's go ahead and get Jaheira to give us Eagle Splendor, Bardic Inspiration from Astarion, and I'll give myself guidance. Give me guidance, guys. You can help me. You can empower my guidance. You're my watchers. You're my gods to my cleric. Oh, I think we've definitely done this. 14, 17, 18. Yeah. Easy.
Boo and I, we thank you for your kind words, my friend. But Minsk knows when he has made a mess that is for him and him alone to clean. But still, I will strive to be worthy of this faith you show in me. After all, even a blunt blade can break some bones, is it not so?
That's called bludgeoning damage, and that is what your fists have been doing, yes. I don't know, I like it. Like, obviously he is normally carrying 2 blades, but I just don't want to repeat the same build on everyone. Okay, who do I want to speak to? I actually want to ungroup so everybody doesn't run around after Kitty. Oh no, he's gone. Too late. Hello, Mole.
Ready to do some business?
As always. I'm not going to do this because we've already asked her this. I think we're good. Do you want some of our stuff though? What have we got? You can have this tarnished ring. You can have an onyx. You can have an amethyst and wait, a ring of murderous opportunity. That feels like it might be a special item. I'll keep hold of that. What else as well? I think that's probably enough for today. I'm going to barter. That is my donation to the cause. You know, I always like to support young businesses. Local economy. She's more interested in the cat.
Victor isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
Maybe a bit of both. Show me what you've got. So there is something I want to buy here for Halcyon. Since I stole his clothes for Minsk, it's this armor of the Blaze Rider. I'm not sure if this is modded or not, but it does give him Fireball, which is fun. When your Wildfire Spirit is 36 meters in front of you, it can fire 1 additional projectile when it uses Flame Seed. I don't know what this is. But it does say that your healing spells and spells that deal fire damage have their range doubled, which is helpful. So I don't know where this came from. I don't know if it's a mod or a legit item, but Halsey's in need of something, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it. There we go, barter. And we've got quite a decent amount of money. I've got 9,000 and all the bank's gold, so...
Sometimes stuff we sell comes back around to us again. So watch yourself. Got me?
Got it? Okay, I don't want to chat to everyone because there's a lot of people in here. I think I've got a lot of the main people. Not interested in talking to Uktar. This person has special dialogue with Minsk. Mango? Where did the mango?
So, it seems the Stone Lord was a fake. Coward didn't even turn up to fight.
Well, actually...
Yes, Boo. A coward indeed.
He actually did. The thing is, your angle is you were behind this pillar, and he was over here, and he killed Roa behind that pillar, so you just didn't see.
Make sure to get your share of the Zentish loot. 9 Fingers favours a fair split.
See, she's fair to her people. She's like a pirate captain.
See? All that bloodshed and not a Stone Lord to be seen. I reckon Tut made him up.
He's here, but he's not the Stone Lord. He's Minsk, and he's nice.
You won't catch me looting all that shiny Zent armor. I'd rather go into battle bare-arsed.
Have I messed up my eyelashes? Possibly. I feel like my hair got stuck in the glue.
Didn't think the Zentarim would turn on us so easily. Inatra seemed honest. Gods help me.
Right. Yes. Misjudged that situation, didn't you? He was the one who was really scared when it was all kicking off. Okay. I do have one more thing to do. Astarion, could you go ahead and Misty Step? Can he jump up there? Probably not. I think that's a bit high. Yeah. Misty Step up here. What did I just do? Psychic resistance. Unnecessary. What a waste. Could you Misty Step up here, please? What do you mean not enough space? Target out of sight. Oh, Astarion, why are you being difficult, mate? Right. Go up here.
Step lightly.
Or, no, up here. We will go to the bank in a minute, and then we will go to the circus. Let me faff. God forbid a woman have hobbies like poking around in every hole in the Zent hideout. Guild hideout. I need to not make that mistake. I need to not mix those up. Yeah, a little bit of goodies there that I will go ahead and take. And there's a note somewhere, I think. Here it is. Old notes. Overheard the L song. 2 human men, middle-aged, nondescript in appearance, both brown-haired, bearded, of average build. The first, you heard of this so-called emperor, haven't you? The second, Stelmane talks of nothing else. Have you met him? I don't even know if it's a him. It could be anyone. Anything is more like it. I don't partake in such silly rumours. Nor I. I just like to meet them, whoever it is. So they're talking about the emperor, the guy in the prison who's in our head, who was friends with Stelmane and absolutely using her. Bad guy. We don't like him. Fallen out with him. Fallen out with the man in our brain. Okay, I think we're done here. So let's go ahead and go back to the bank. I think the best place to go is probably going to be Baldur's Gate. The gate, not the city. Although it is in the city. And then let's head down this way. There's still so much to do. We haven't been to this building yet. And I think on our way down here, I might just stop off at this little building back here, this little tavern. This is where Dirge and Karlach have their little date. Why am I Astarion? Companion chatter. I missed it. I'll try and get it again and insert it into the video if I can.
That's progress.
Beyond that gate is the upper city, housing the great and the good of Baldur's Gate.
You yearn for a better class of company, Astaria?
God's no. Who'd want to spend time with anyone, great or good?
Good to know. Okay, so let's have a quick check in here. So we can go in.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
I always feel like there's more to this place than meets the eye. I don't know.
How much further can I go?
Hello.
Briefing and beefing. All of you the same?
I don't like option number 1. There's no way to talk to a paying customer. Because that sounds snobby and I don't know, like, it makes me think of like the American tipping system and like where service workers are treated like second-class citizens and it's like a kindness to tip them. I don't know, it's weird. Like in the UK, we do tip, but it's more for like if someone's really made an effort, like they've really gone out of the way and, you know, or the food was really, really nice. It's like an extra thank you, but I like to think that we recognize that service workers are just like us, right? It's like they're just doing a job. So like, I don't talk down to service workers. Don't think that they're less than you, because it really, really annoys me. Again, I don't think it's every single American does that, and I think there's definitely English people who talk down to service workers as well. It's more of a snobbery thing, but I do think there is a cultural difference because of the tipping culture being different. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, and no hate to the good Americans out there. So yeah, I'm not saying that because I'm not an asshole. Can I get something to drink? Like, I'd probably say, having a bad day? Or something like that. I'd be like, how's it going? So, like, because a lot of the time when people act like that, it's because, like, I don't know, the barrel broke or, you know, can't get the taps and the pumps running right. You're just having a bad day and having a grumble. Maybe it's because I'm from the north in England and it's like always raining and we like grumbling about the weather. It's like not abnormal to, like, I don't want people like being nice to me in a fake way just to get my money. I don't want that. Okay, hello. Would it be possible to get something to drink?
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. He's funny, I like him. I actually don't want anything. I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you to whatever you're up to. I don't know why she keeps getting that massive glow on her every time I come out of dialogue. And then there's these two people.
You'll have to excuse us. My darling and I are enjoying the view of the city.
How lovely. The dockyard. I guess it has a certain charm.
Gods, I can't stand this place.
So he's just there because he knows he enjoys it. That's kind of cute, to be honest. Now, I do want to make sure I talk to this guy before I forget, because he's got a little bit of an interesting thing. He's got a little bit of a mini side quest.
Hey, mate, you look pretty well geared up. Could you spare a healing potion?
Well, you don't look wounded to me. I'm also a cleric. I've got healing hands.
No, but I expect to be. Once Helbert Hune's thugs catch up with me.
He's a fist. I was trying to show you that he's got like the icon of the fist. Who would send thugs to beat up a flaming fist?
How about an angry patriarch who broke off his daughter Henrietta's engagement with yours truly?
Oh.
We was engaged, secretly, but now it seems she's set to marry Dirk Rillin. I tried to see Hen, but Papa had other ideas.
Oh. Why don't you get some of the other fists to back you up against the thugs?
Have you got bugs in your head? The fists don't mess with wealthy patriarchs. They've got the watch to back them up.
Oh.
And nowadays, the watch comes in a steel variety, in case you haven't noticed. I'll take my lumps.
Well, I am deeply moved by your plight, Manip. Accept this healing potion, and best of luck to you.
Ah, my favourite flavour too. Thanks, mate. Don't fall for any patriarch's daughters.
Well, I mean, I can't promise not to. I mean, technically, Minthara's a patriarch's daughter. It's just, you know, from a fancy family from back home in the Underdark, I guess. Who are we dating? I don't know. Like, we've got Astarion. Dating everybody. Okay. We're back at the bank. We're back at the counting house. Hello!
Whining or something. Prosperous day to you, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to shut your doors. Let's check in again with head clerk Mead Honey. So Mead Honey. So he is the one that originally gave us the pass to go down into the vaults because he was worried because he's seen like the Stone Lord going down there and he was like, he's not our normal customer. He kind of looks a bit, you know, I was told to let him down, no questions asked, but I have questions. And now we've showed up with him again, so I think he's got a bit of a unique dialogue.
If you don't mind, sir, I do believe you have your pass, and I have other customers. The vaults are just downstairs. Sir Stone Lord, returning to make another withdrawal.
Do not fret, little banker. Minsk has no need of your services. Boo holds all our valuables in his little cheeks.
Right you are. Efficient.
Again, that kind of like, I guess the people who work in services around money, you know, that kind of kiss-assing us. Like, right you are, efficient. It's like trying to think of something good to say. Okay.
Best behaviour down in the vaults. There's worse than us guarding the place.
Right, we've got him with us, it's fine. It's like, do you know as well, do you know that the head banker guy is in with the Zen? No, not the Zen. I gotta keep mixing them up today, that's really bad. The guild.
Coin maiden smile on you.
Okay. I thought they had something to say as well about Minsk being with us, but I suppose not. Okay, let's keep going down.
Hey! Little beard. It's me doing his good books you want to be in. Hope you had a fruitful visit, sir. But that's your business, of course.
I'm a little scared of him.
Steer clear of the other crowd below, if I may. Don't think I'd trust them around an open vault.
Hey, it's fine, we've already dealt with that problem. I like that some of them react.
Have your pass ready.
Yeah, some of them just have the same dialogue, but some of them do react to Minsk being with us, which I think is quite fun.
But I've got a little brandy in a hip flask.
I like where they have the updated dialogue. I think it's a nice detail to have that kind of depth from the game. Okay, look at Minsk, he's so cute. Not Minsk, sorry, Boo. Oh my god, my brain is literally mush. Have I been tadpoled? Also, I really love the design of the bank. I think it's really, really pretty. Excuse me, un momento. Okay, let's go in. I don't know how, what's his name, Rakath or something? I don't know how he's gonna react to seeing Minsk with us. Because last time he saw Minsk was breaking out of a chest, a mimic chest that he'd tried to capture him in. And then, you know, beating up his entire guards with a group of assassins. So, yeah, I don't know if he'll be happy to see Minsk. We might get into a bit of a fight. We'll see.
Mum used to tell me about Minsk or Ratterman. Now I've got a story for her. Smell that? I think old Glitterbeard got a fright.
Would you like to... What happens if I talk to them
Life
with
is
Minsk?
simple, and so is Minsk.
Gods above, the Stone Lord up close.
No, Minsk, we're Minsk now.
I will speak. Boo's breath still reeks of evil.
Smell that?
Oh, she says the same thing again. Okay, I want to talk to them as Minsk. I think this is fun.
Violence.
It's like, hello. Sorry about that. You did try to trap me.
First time the vault's been breached the entire time I've worked here.
It's like everybody's just fine with the situation, I guess.
If I'd have known there was that much coin back here, I'd have robbed the place myself.
Just breathe. breathe.
Still catching my breath.
Still, I think you need a few days off to recover, ma'am. You seem kind of traumatized. Where did Glitterbeard go? Oh, here he is.
I want to have a word.
Glitterbeard's such a good name for like a banker.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Like, because he's got like gold dust in his beard. And I love that he's a dwarf.
Why, you? What in shadows have you come back for?
You have been the subject of many wrinkled brows between my hamster and I, Sir Bankerbeard. On the one hand, you are clearly evil and deserving of a mouthful of righteous knuckle. But, on the other hand, the one in which Boo sits and pleads your case. At the time of our last meeting, Minsk was the evil one. So, we are not agreed on whether we will return here and feed you to a mimic yet.
I see. Well, by all means, keep me up to date.
Like, what do you say to that? I mean, he's friends of the guild, Minsk, and you're friend of the guild now, so you're kind of on the same team. You lost innocent people's money. The guild ought to swallow some of the cost.
Oh, you're serious? Maybe you don't have a head for accounting, but that's not quite how numbers work.
These large numbers, they wrinkle Minsk's brow and bring a soreness to his skull. Make them smaller, please.
Jaheira's zoning out for this episode. I wish she had a little bit more involvement. It's nice when you've got like that companion nattering. And I think that's fun as well when you've got multiple companions kind of chipping in. It breaks up the dialogue a little bit to have the cross chatter. Look at how proud he is of himself. I don't know if you can see him behind my head. Okay. I'd listen to him before his hamster has to give him a head rub. You're not going to have much headband numbers if you crack it open. The highest on many coins, banking Neverwinter. Ring a bell? No, but I would Google. A lot of people will suffer. You can't be the one who did that to them. No, hang on. I like this. This is good reasoning. And again, I don't know why we're ripping off the guild at the moment when we've just agreed to help them, but I wanted to do it for the dialogue. I wanted to do it for the fun, the fun chat. A lot of people will suffer. You can't be the one who did that to them. No, I'm saying this wrong. Also, it's because I'm thinking about something else. If we had taken the other option where we're just kind of like, here's the gold. He doesn't respect us, right? They respect the hustle. A lot of people will suffer. You can be the one who did that to them, or you could be the one who helped. I think Nine Fingers herself would go along with that line of reasoning. You know, look like the hero. Put a good spin on things. Astarian, give me guidance. You guys, give me guidance. It's a 20. Ooh, Tickleo. Let's go. Ooh, 11. I can't math and see if I've done that or not. I don't think I have. 15, no. Just short. Oh, no, I did. Okay. I'll take it. I can't math, apparently. Continue.
Oh, enough. Should I wash the feet of every beggar down by the docks too?
It would be kind.
Fine. I'll pull in some debts with other guild kingpins. I can cover maybe half of what's lost. But I need something back. Understand?
Deal. We do get to keep some. If you choose the other option with no checks, where you just kind of like, here's the gold, he does give you a little bit back. Very well. Here's the coin. So we got to keep 5,000 gold.
And not even a whisker light. God, you're a boring bastard. Me too, I suppose. Because I'm not even tempted to scam you. Take this vault key. You'll find something by way of thanks inside.
Thank you. Speaking of vault keys. Oh. I thought we got 5,000. Oh, it doesn't make a difference to how much gold you get then, apparently. Okay.
Just
I thought it was 10,000 gold, but maybe not. I think that's just how much gold I had because I'm so rich. Okay, so here we go. High security vault number 9. We have, this is the guild vault, I think. Elegant studded leather that gives us shield. I do like the shield spell. And a +2 to initiative rolls. This is rare light armor. I'm not sure who I'm going to give this to. I might just keep a hold of that for myself, possibly. I'm not sure who's going to use it. There is another vault that I want to open. Now, we haven't really picked up any more keys yet, but we did solve a problem for Lady Janeth. Lady Janeth's vault is vault 2, I believe. Let me just double check before I break into somebody's vault. Vault 2, Janeth. Do you remember we solved her ghost problem? I think she owes us. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't get the key to a vault, but she's got plenty of money. And I know she needs to rebuild her house a little bit, but we did help her out. So, why am I doing it with Cordia? Astarion! It's not red as well, so we can actually break into it. They're not going to stop us. We're friends. We're friends with the dodgy bankers now, so... Oh, it's because I didn't ask for guidance. Has he done it anyway? 21, 25, 29, 31. Sweet. Yay. Good job, Astarion.
All's well that ends.
Yeah, we're just having a look. Perfumed days, passioned nights. A lavender-scented diary of florid prose that describes Lady Wisteria Janeth's brief but torrid affair with a young scapegrace named Enver Gortash. Wait, what? A typical excerpt reads as below. When he held me in his burly yet tender arms, it was as if the years melted away and I was once again the reigning debutante of the upper city's soirees and collions. I can't French. I can't fancy word. What matter if the diamond ring I gifted him, heirloom of the Janeths for generations, was worth more than the value of the mansion? It looked so well glittering on his long, strong fingers, and his glowing smile as he slipped it on was worth a dozen mansions, or more. Ew, Lady Janeth, she has bad taste in men. And this is how Gortash has been getting all his money, by like, I don't know, seducing the nobles of Baldur's Gate. Honestly, get it, girl. If, you know, if people, like I was talking about, like, the people who treat service workers like shit, because it's like, well, I've got money and you're doing a service job. Like, ugh. And also, you get what you fucking deserve. You know what I was saying before about, like, Shakespeare, and if you're a king and you surround yourself with flatterers and panderers, you know, they're really just out for themselves, just telling you what you want to hear. You can't trust those people. And so, I don't know, people are an idiot. If they fall for flattery, if their ego makes them think that they're such a good person because people are, like, flattering and pandering to them, those kind of people, you know, not that they deserve to be targeted if they're good people, but I don't think people are good people if they're like that. I don't know. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. You know, if you are stupid enough to fall for blatant flattery and charm over truth and honesty and fairness, then you can't be surprised when people rip you off, I guess. Not that they should do that, but it's just not a good idea. She says, stealing the hat. And the money. She can keep her stupid jewellery. Give it to Gortash. Advantage on persuasion checks and deception checks. That might come in handy at some point. Okay, let's get out of here and go to the circus finally. So we're going to... Is there anything else I need to do? Let me just quickly check. No, I think we're all good. We're going to have to go to Rivington. I'm going to drag everybody out of camp with me. So it's going to have a little bit of lag, but just give me a sec. Different region, yeah. We're going to return Dribbles the Clown. And do you know what? Minsk has he's been through a lot. And he's really done some soul searching in this video. So taking him to the circus, giving him a little bit of fun, I think, you know, is a nice way to end up this episode. Even if we are just delivering a load of clown corpse parts back to the necromancer who's going to revive the show. Let's forget about that. and just enjoy this moment for what it is. Okay. Dirge. Oh, lag from hell, lag from hell. Okay, everybody else should be back at camp. Yeah, okay. Which means my crew for the day, Cordia, Astarion, Minsk, and Jahira, get to go to the circus. A couple of things have changed. If you go to the Gur camps now, that's now empty. The Gur have moved on, because obviously they've gone to the Underdark with the children. I did check in with the lady selling weapons over here to see if there was anything that I wanted, but I don't think there was. Hello!
I know it's hard to enjoy the circus without dribbles, but I pray that you do. After all, the show must go on.
4 tickets, please.
Blood in the circus without Benji.
Aww. He's sad he wasn't involved in the fight, I guess. Okay. Look, Minsk, it's the circus poster.
The Circus of the Last Days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
I do think Minsk would do really well in the circus as kind of like a strong man. I think this would be a really nice place for him. You know, he could act like a bit of a bouncer. He could do some shows. This again is like the same actress, the voice actress of Saza. Just fun fact, you know. I'd like to see your face paints, please. Blah, 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 blah. I was just going to steal a gold. Face painting kit, just the one. Some of us have already partaken. And balanced offer, there we go. I don't need the dyes anymore. I've got a dye mod installed, which is what I've used for Minsk's armor and also Karlak's armor change. I think Astarion might have something as well. It's really nice. I think it's Izzy's Pigments and Tinctures, I think it's called. It's one of the most popular dye mods if you look on the in-game modding menu. And it's really lovely because it has lots of like really muted colours rather than the kind of garish brights that sometimes come with Baldur's Gate. You know, everything's a little bit more toned down, a little bit more mature and tonal, and it's just a really nice mod. Okay. What am I doing? Minsk, have these face paints. Let me just send them to him. There we go.
Evil heights.
We'll use those. Oh, I need to remember that we've got the Caravan Strong box. That is going to be interesting at some point.
No, never mind.
Do you feel it, Boo? The path of virtue beneath my boots once more. Boo and I, we are in your debt, my friend.
Oh, it looks so funny on you. Is there anything else we need to know? I don't think you're half as dumb as you pretend to be. That seems like a mean thing to say, but let's pretend she said it in a nice way. Look at his wrinkly elbow.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Minsk pretends at nothing.
Oh.
Half the way or otherwise.
Oh. Right.
Minsk is an open book with many pretty pictures.
We've established that. Oh my god, wait, can we romance Minsk? I don't think so. I think he's gonna deny us. I'd like to know your thoughts on our companions.
You hear that, Boo? Your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to consult your wisdom.
Yes, Boo, I'd love to hear your opinions.
So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing.
Yes.
He will tell what he knows. But Minsk, of course, will translate.
Very well. What's the word on Halsin?
Who is Halsin?
The soft-spoken, hates curses, loves trees.
Oh, the tiny puny elf with leaves in his hair and dirt under his fingernails.
That's the one.
His name is Halitosin.
No,
How very unfortunate.
No opinion on Halcyon. I mean, Halcyon has been in Orin's basement for quite some time. Well, he's not puny, he's huge.
He is so small that Minsk barely notices his existence. No, Boo! The druid did not beat Minsk at the arm wrestling.
Oh.
It was not a fair match, and he turned into an owlbear midway through, and there was grease on the tree stump.
Oh my god, Minsk has beef with Halcyon confirmed. Why don't you go speak to that genie over there? I've heard he's quite a fun game.
The crunch of unvirtuous nethers.
Akabi is tired of the Wheel of Wonders. He is now closed.
Oh, shame. Sorry, Halcyon.
Keep it together.
Alright, let's stop prattling around. Oh, do you know who we should talk to? We should go and talk to Poppers. Oh, I feel like Minsk could get on well with Stony and Boney. But, yeah. Oh, I've gone past him. Here he is.
I have something to
I
ask.
love Popper.
Treato! Treato!
So good. Let me see what you have.
Yes! I has lots of stuff. Just for you.
I haven't told you about Cobminster. In our D&D campaign, the one that I do with my family, we've got this kobold in the mines, and he thinks he's a wizard. He's actually kind of an artificer, I'd say, because he kind of like crafts his own things, but he thinks he's a wizard, and so he'll go fireball and throw like a Molotov cocktail, and so he like dresses in like a little wizard outfit. He's called Cobminster, like Elminster, but kobold, Cobminster. I love him. Oh, we have Armor of the... Oh, wait, hang on. This might be good for Halcyon. Armor of the Feylost. Beguiling Charm. When you are the target of a melee attack, you have a small chance to charm the attacker. Titania's Blessing. When you heal a creature with Balm of the Summer Court, your ally cannot become stunned, frightened, or confused until the end of their next turn. That's not great. I don't know. Dark Displacement Gloves. You gain a +1 attack to bonus attack rolls when throwing. Wait, you get a +1 bonus to attack rolls when throwing and may swap positions with the target if they fail a dexterity saving throw. That's interesting. Wait, so you could like... You could fire an arrow and it'll work like an arrow of transportation. Like, oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That could be really cool. Do I want those? The thing is, the circus is going to leave town, so it probably... Oh, this is the Isley's Pigments and Tinctures box. That's the mod that I've got. Let me just kind of show you what they all look like. Well, they're really, really nice. Yeah, let me grab a few things while he's here, because he is going to leave as soon as we give dribbles to the circus leader. Like, the circus is going to leave town. So let me get an Elixir of Viciousness, Potion of Speed... do like smoke powder arrows. I think we're good. Balance offer. Thanks, Popper. Nice knowing you.
Bye-bye now. Come back to Papa soon.
He's such a little rat character. I love him. Okay, let's stop messing around here. I'm so long-winded. I'm sorry. And we'll speak to Lucretius.
Hello again, my vicious little warrior. Any luck finding dribbles?
Yes. Minsk, could you put the pieces of meat down, clown meat down here, please? This is every part of dribbles I could find.
Oh, perfection. This is just what I need. His flesh has a few rat bites and his teeth are missing, but these are minor issues. I shall remake dribbles better than before, where once he was famous, he will now become legend.
Good luck.
And you. Here, darling, a little something from your friend, Lucretius. My circus and I can now finally leave.
More Lucretius content, please. Baldur's Gate. You see my friend here? You wouldn't happen to be hiring, would you?
As much fun as you and I would have on the road, alas, no. I think we both know that you're destined for greater things. Oh, and if you do take on the Absolute, do try not to end up like poor Dribbles. You are so very pretty after all.
Thank you. Love a compliment. I love the idea of, like, when we catch up with Baldur's Gate, like the next game that they eventually release, which I don't think they should rush. I would wait for Larian to come back around and do it, quite frankly. But like when they do the next Baldur's Gate, I think it'd be really fun if Minsk was a strongman in the circus and was like traveling around with Lucretius and like the resurrected Dribbles the Clown. I think that'd be really, really fun. Spell-like gloves. When casting a spell that requires an attack roll, you can take 5... I don't like the things that are like a gamble where you like take a penalty. But thank you. I appreciate you. Lovely jubbly. And that's pretty much it. My one regret is that we didn't release Shadow Whiskers. Hopefully, we'll say that Claudia puts in a good word for Shadow Whiskers and, you know, advocates for her release, or at least better treatment. You know, but I don't know. I wish we could have got Shadow Whiskers. I wish we could have had Shadow Whiskers as a pet. I have got the Nessa mod that lets you recruit Nessa as a camp pet. Hello.
We leave soon. Pity. I like this place. Very bloody.
Oh. Okay. I liked you, but now you're scary.
Any of us could be next. Oh, I need to pack.
So you do get a little bit of reaction.
I've seen Dribbles at show 1,000 times, but he's never failed to make me smile. Oh, he didn't deserve this.
Okay, she's still sad about it. He'll be back soon, don't worry. Aww. Okay, that is pretty much it for today. So we can head back to camp. We're currently in the nostalgic little riveting camp. I think a few people do have reactions to the events of this evening, so let's run around and get reactions. I can't speak. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
The cub speaks.
Okay. I wanted to ask you something.
Ask it.
Nothing, it's fine. We've asked these questions before. I thought there might have been something else about Minsk. Karlach.
Minsk is so amazing.
Right, in my headcanon, Karlach goes and does a bit of work for Nine Fingers, like alternate reality where she'd never met Gortash. It's just Karlach and Nine Fingers, and they sit on their bed and they put up Minsk posters and they kick their little feet and fangirl. And then Nine Fingers is like, I've actually met Jaheira, we're actually friends. And Karlach's like, no way, you have to introduce me. That's my alternate dimension, better reality for Karlach. Never met Gortash, never had the thing with a heart, just living it up and fangirling secretly, like, you know, like it's kind of like behind the scenes, you know, people don't see that side of Nine Fingers, but Karlach does. Okay. Headcanon, Minsk is in the circus.
I don't like getting caught between the guild and the Zentarim. You always make enemies when you take sides in a struggle like that. And in this case, they're enemies we might not see coming until it's too late.
It's okay, we dealt with that problem. It's fine. Anything else?
You're so adorable when you're thinking what to say.
Okay. Clean up and I'll see you later. I'm not Dirge. Minthara, she's like, what's been happening? I'm kind of thinking about Orin. In fact, actually, it's probably... Let's see.
Neither the Zentarim or the Guild are capable of running this city as they should. Once we have conquered the Absolute, perhaps we can turn our attention to dissolving the criminal elements of Baldur's Gate and replacing them with our own candidates.
Well, I quite like Nine Fingers, actually. I am gonna let... These are like Dirgy options. I'm gonna let Dirge continue talking to Minthara, I think.
Hardly the noblest conflict we've encountered, but criminals will have their squabbles. Even in the looming shadow of utter annihilation.
Well, the Zentrum did kind of start it. You know, they were a guest. They broke the ancient Greek hospitality thing of Xenia. Like, they were a guest in the guild and they tried to take it over, which honestly, Zeus would be so mad. And Zeus does technically exist in this world, so...
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
She has no idea what's been happening. No thoughts in that skull. Halsin!
Oakfather preserve you.
His hairy arms. Yep, all good, nothing there. Will?
Let's talk.
Indeed. Okay, we've got more stuff. Again, we're going to have more Will content coming soon, but not today. I thought Will had something to say about the whole matter, but I guess not.
Is something burdening you?
I don't know what's been going on with this side of camp, but they have not been paying attention. Okay, I think we are done here for today. I'm not going to long rest because I don't wanna. I'm just going to stand here next to Minsk for a second to do my outro. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a very, very talky one. There was a lot of chatter, but we did have that lovely fight of the guild, which I almost completely forgot to do, and then returning the gold to the bank. So in the next video, we're gonna up the pressure a little bit more. I think we're gonna have Dirge, maybe Karlach and Minthara go and have a chat with Gortash, possibly. And see what Gortash has to say now that Orin has been slain. But it won't be long before we backstab Gortash a little bit in the future, because I think after we spoke to Gortash, we might head over to see... I've heard rumours that Damon might be back in town, sorry my tummy's rumbling, so we can have a see if he's got any updates about Karlach's heart. And then right after that, maybe we could go and check out the House of Hope. And yeah, have a bit of a Karlach-y, roughly themed episode. I don't know. Yeah, and see me there. I don't know what I want to do in the House of Hope. Basically, we signed a contract with Raphael to get the hammer, the Orphic hammer that's going to release Orpheus from his bonds. But everybody was like, that was a bad idea. Why did you sign the contract? So now we need to go into the House of Hope to go, look at Boo on his head. I don't know if I've ever noticed Boo on his head before. Yeah, so now we have to go and break into the Hells to get the contract back. But I do kind of like Raphael. I don't know if I want to fall out with him. But it's probably a good idea to not give him the Crown of Casters. So he's going to fall out with us eventually, isn't he? And there's also maybe another mission in the House of Hope that we could look at doing. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm really fog-brained today. I feel like I'm always like so tired, and like my kids faff around so much, and by the time I get to record, I'm always so stressed out, and it's like all my brain power and my cognitive function is gone for the day. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been entertaining. And yeah, I think things are going to be a bit more fiery in the next episode. So I will see you then. Take care of your faces and have a good week, guys. Bye.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me
Is this part of the show? Praise the Absolute.